Welcome to our locals through the decades.
Spider on your shoulder makes your skin crawl. And we only come alive after nightfall. I've been singing in the shadows.
So first off, we got my boy Kai here. The bear, he's here, bro. It's the next day from our 3v3 that we had this weekend.
Sleepy.
And now we're about to profile our what the fuck was this game?
This was Fiendsmith Mathmech Ryzeal.
Right. And we'll get into it. We'll do the card by choice, the choice in this cards and stuff like that. What was your deck count?
42.
42? Oh, you cut one?
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing about the snakes. Tired of hearing about these little Cheshire Cat, Alice in Wonderland hoes.
I do a lot.
It's time to show you big robots and how big robots should be played.
Alright, so is Transformers.
I want to say the best Yu-Gi-Oh card in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it actually just eats imperm, so it's cool. It's pretty good. When this card resolves, you win the game.
100%.
This card, don't put it to 1, please. Keep it at 2. It's really functional at 2. Love this card. It's the best breaker, the best combo starter, low-key, besides this one.
How many times have you got your Caesar negated by X?
Constantly. It's absurd breaker. This card in Twins is like a match made in heaven or a 6-year-old's crayon box. Whatever one you pick. It's kind of absurd. Everybody's MVP.
I hate sword.
He's so goated. You open sword in hand and any other name, and you are absolutely chilling.
How often did you normal summon sword and get the combo together? Did it happen at all?
3.
3 times? God, that's crazy.
I open sword a lot more than I open the other ones. And then everybody's favorite extender, you have to play this card. This card's goated. The amount of times I've sent materials or put 2 Mathmech guides onto a dude and needed to get him engraved, and you just summon node, send the guy.
That does come up.
Rest of the Ryzeal stuff that you have to play. 1 cross. I draw this card more that it's at 3 than I do at 1. So
bro, take me on top deck in a simplified game state and just
other way around, but you know. And then I wasn't the biggest fan of this card at first. I was playing Small World, but you literally can't play Small World because the Ryzeals are the bridges in Small World, and banishing any of these guys face down kind of cooks you for the rest of the duel. This card's also crazy because you can search Lancia. Show you the extra deck targets later.
True. I guess it's a good budget alternative though. It's Small World, like if you couldn't afford it, but you have to play like maybe like a Shark Engine or something to.
I've searched Circular ones, but
they're all 4.
Yeah, it's like it's 4
the
lights.
4's like it works.
And then the best package ever. Konami, please don't touch these cards.
Should have got this, bro.
Please don't touch this card.
Like,
This is the best white man in Yu-Gi-Oh.
so
Forget
true.
Dark Magician, Lacrima, Sidekick. Everybody gotta play them. Just 1 tracked. You don't need multiple. Also, anytime I added this card to my hand, I got trolled. So
That is true. I drove a lot of people on track.
And then you have to play Paradise. I don't side this card out going second. Anytime I side this card out going second, it comes up. So I've just learned to keep it in my deck.
How often have you opened it?
Before the Mathmech cards and before this list, for some reason, when you had more Ryzeals and more names, probably 4 out of 6 games, I would see this card in my hand. And still have a pretty good win rate, I guess. Card's just a broken card in general. Pitch it, set it. The amount of times I've had this card in my hand, they interrupt my Ryzeal stuff, and I'm like, hard make Desiree, set this, Desiree blow negate, and then they try to do stuff, and I just Paradise them. It's comedy.
Our last round in Top Cut, this man opened up both bricks.
Yep.
He opened up Paradise and a Super Frag. It was crazy.
Yep. Getting to the Mathmech part. Speaking of the bricks, the boy.
Inspired
Inspired by Tyler Young himself.
Oh,
blessed by the Mathmech man.
I opened it so much.
This is the target you send off that because you don't get Sigma. It's Cyberse Lock of Doom.
Yeah, so true.
And your only other Mathmech guy is Diameter, which we can show the combo if needed in another video or later.
Mm-hmm.
So you only play these 3 guys. If you open any in hand, I guess I can pull it back out. If you open any in hand, it's not too bad because with Alan Bershin and with this guy, you can just tribute a guy, summon 1 from deck. So as long as you get Circular on board so that you can add this card, you're chilling. This card is the best and worst card in my entire deck. When this card resolves, you win the game. When you open that card with no lines to Mathmech, It is the deadest card to your deck.
It is. It's basically the point, like, if you have ice or no, to just send it away. Like, that's literally about probably what you're going to do with it.
But it is absolutely absurd when it resolves.
If it resolves.
Send 2, rip 1, plus an Omni Negate on top of, like, Cross, Caesar, Detonator, Trap, plus cards in hand is just...
Yeah, just...
I don't
and
know
having
what's
the
playing
negate, too.
through it.
Also, the negate and 3 cards in, it's just not fair. But it's also one of those, like Paradise, it's a brick, but it's a requirement if you play the Mathmech version.
My favorite part of any deck, 48 trillion hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Fua, 3 Nib, 3 Droll. I think these are absolutely mandatory. I play 1 Veiler. Sorry to Joe. I drew the 1 Veiler. It's for cross out, but it came up and I actually got me the game because Veiler's terrible and you shouldn't play it. Don't at me. And then the good effect negation.
I do like Veiler. I probably should cut it down.
And then everybody's favorite Trinity. You have to play all 3 of these cards now in every deck. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Ohs.
It is
Thanks,
the new...
Thanks, Yu-Gi-Oh.
What was it, Goat Trinity or whatever it was? This is the new modern Trinity of Yu-Gi-Oh!
So now you have to play all 3 of these cards, and you can just inherently get mad if your opponent hits you with any of them.
And if they open 2 of them.
I got Talents in round 4. I got Talents 2 times in a 2-0. So that was cool.
Yeah, I also got Talents a lot too. I got crossed out.
For the extra deck, shout out to Peter. We always shout out to Peter.
Yeah, Peter the monkey. The monkey lover Peter.
So everybody talks about Lacrima. This is the best white woman in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't at me.
She should have got banned.
Card should have been banned. I mean, realistically, we would just play Exciton, but
Next time,
at least if this card was banned and we were forced to play Exciton, then Ice Summon Body D Barrier doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
But then you can just link, play Fiendsmith cards. This card is absolutely broken. Requiem, standard. Love the little guy. Sequence and Numday. You have to play this card. If you don't, you're
Go
a
for
goober.
game.
And then Caesar. Finally got the shiny
Oh
one.
my
It was
God.
the entire conquest of
only-
yesterday.
yeah, we didn't go to the case tournament to do anything but get Kai a QCR Caesar.
And Desiree. I made this card 3 times yesterday. I think I negated 1 effective summon, and the rest of it just met an X'd.
Yeah, X will just say negate.
Imperm, got it Talents, whatever you want to, however you want to out Caesar. The card's broken, but like it absolutely just eats. It's just a target on the board.
Yeah.
This card,
Desiree busted.
honestly, my MVP. I love Desiree. That or this wondrous card here. They ever ban this card? I'm gonna post the video of the channel of me crying in my bathroom for 10 minutes.
So true.
I love that.
Him getting hit to 1 is like, yeah.
It don't matter. He's Optimus Prime. Canonically, he had to go to 1. There's only 1 of them. He's the GOAT. His little sidekick, Bumblebee. You gotta play them both. I only play 1. The 2 spice cards in my extra deck. This is the tightest extra deck of all time, by the way. Make this. We're going first. And this is your super fact target. This adds circular. This card's goated though, because if you open what I was saying earlier, if you open any of the Mathmech cards, you can just tribute him, summon any of the other ones. You already dump with circular, so you literally only have to summon 1 out of your deck or from your hand. And so you'll dump Nabla, summon him, Nabla tribute, and then search the last guy. This card needs to go. I don't care what anybody says. The amount of times this weekend, this card comes up and I dump with X, obviously, for Crackback going second. But I love Twins. The card is not fair. It is a custom card. The amount of times you do combo just to like Twins Detonator, no matter how many times they try to out it or whatever.
He just keeps on coming back.
Optimus Prime comes back with that reload. And then you summon him back, and then he activates and attaches the Twins again, and you have the infinite, you have the infinite Optimus of Doom. And then the 2 cards that don't come up at all. They are just Tachyon targets.
I think you can technically summon Masquerade. But
I summoned this card in locals yesterday for the first time because my opponent sat down smiling, I lost the dice roll, and then he said, "You can go first." So I assumed I was getting 10-pied on, went wide, and then made my normal board, but also had Masquerade on board, just in case he had 10. He was just playing Sword Soul. Unluckily for him, he was playing Sword Soul.
I was like, who's playing 10 pilot?
Sword Soul does not get through.
It doesn't.
All the Sword Soul cards activate in hand.
That would have popped.
Yeah, which was a rough time. This could be the one Seraph guy, but I was talking to Clifton and he was telling me it should just always be this card because if you do play Metal Tronus, it's a water 2800, so you can summon this and Tronus back Caesar.
True.
So that's the only reason I'm playing the rare, ugly, stinky one. But it doesn't come up very often. You just search Lancia for Malice. And side deck, speaking of Lancia, I play 3 Perulia on the side, 2 Meows, because this goes Fiendsmith and Malice stuff. But with Alliance Insight next week, everybody's playing Malice now more, and I definitely probably should have had 3 of these in, maybe 2 of this. I'll probably swap those around. I don't know if you really want to play 3. And then I'm only playing, weirdly enough, I'm only playing 2 for side reasons, but it's because I have Tachyon and a million ways to draw into it, so I'm only playing 2. Should probably play 3 because I lost to Malice on Top Cut.
I also got cooked, but it was rough.
Didn't really see it all day until Top Cut, so, you know. I think that deck is the best deck in the format that everybody is, not to say sleeping on, but everybody always wants to talk about a Ryzeal deck or Mitsu this and that. But I think the Malice deck is just so abhorrently resilient and can just end on like a Link 3 and a trap card, and you'll just lose the game from that.
And kill you out of nowhere.
Yeah, Access Code Talker shouldn't interact with those cards how it does. Prove me wrong. But this will go to 3, Meows will go to 3 next format.
Will we cut down like other cards in the side deck, or just really depends?
Yeah, it would really depend. Like right now, I really like Slayer a lot. This is like a kind of like a trial by fire card for me. With the amount of times playing the locals, or like Chester or anybody else would just game 2 and 3 Slayer me, and if I didn't have Judgment, it was it. Which I frequently have Judgment, I can say.
Freakishly, because round 1, my boy had the entire setup plus Judgment, and hand traps was just like, it's kind of unfair, but you know, that's what the deck does.
And plus, you don't have to side this card, and you could trim this card down, but I think this card's absolutely absurd. Like, everybody complains about putting the detonator back, but like, this card's send aggregator, put back detonator, you just outed probably their best card on the board, and you get to out another one of their cards on the board, or at least eat like a negate for the aggregator. This card, I think this card's crazy. If I had, we don't have a synchro target, so it's kind of weird. But like your fusion target's Desiree, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Your link target, you can just dump Moon or any light fiend that you want to.
You be able to shuffle back for free.
And then 1 and 2.
What the? Oh, 1 Lightning Storm? What's going on here?
I draw it all the time.
I feel like you're cheating.
I play a bunch of Charmies, so I kind of just like.
I guess that's valid.
And it's 2 of them. So, I mean, this is effectively the same card. It's just this one, if I don't think they're going to be playing a back row deck, but they're going to play a ton of monsters, just throw it in, draw it off a Charmy. I put this card in a lot going first. Like, my siding pattern going first, realistically, is like this, or this. Sometimes it'll be the 6, and then these. This card has been in my side deck for
ages.
I probably won't ever take it out. I love Judgment. Going first, it's like when you really think about like what's a good going first card to side in, you get like anti-spell, some stinky floodgate, D-barrier, or you just like say no to one of your opponent's cards. It just trades so well for card, or even if you just sit there and wait and they like put their cards into a guy. And it's
Judgment to summon.
Judgment to summon, bye-bye. It's always a good time.
I got Judgment on my Duster. I was like, Lord of Mercy. Then I
and
got
like siding these in going first kind of feels goofy because obviously you only have one of this card. But I don't know what Konami did by putting it at 1, but you see this stuff so more often.
Yeah, I've seen cross-out talents called by way more at 1 than I did when they were unlimited or semi-limited, stuff like that. What's your side pattern for going second, though?
For going second, depending on the deck, it's always some mix of these. Like only twice yesterday I sided this card in, and it was against Malice and Top Cut, and then I sided it in against Joe because he was playing the like Fiend deck, and this kind of hits the Fiendsmith engine. It's like 2 draws usually. And then you also get all the Unchained stuff. It's like going second. It's a combination of these two, like this. And then I'll usually do like these, or if they're a back row deck, or like this. Or playing against Ryzeal, all three of these, this. And you might play this just for the like cross, or if they're playing any weird variant, or they have judgment set.
Yeah, just bait out. Just be able to board wipe.
Siding out, I just take out a ton of hand traps for stuff like that. Not even a ton of hand traps. Like these cards going first usually just come out. Depending on the deck, I just take this thing out because
Second of
it's just mid. But yeah, against like Unchained and stuff, I guess it's okay. I think this card is so slept on or horrible. It's not really a mid-ground card. I think like if your opponent's deck plays in a nib, they just play into it and you cook them. I think the only deck of the format that plays around nib, well, not only deck, I guess the only decks that effectively play around nib would be Malice, because you just nib them, they end on token trap, but then the trap card's enough if they have setup engrave, and Ryzeal, because if they're playing Fiendsmith, they have to, they're going to make Caesar, and then you have to nib them there, and then they'll probably have Sword in their hand to extend.
True.
So, like, you'd either have to nib them there or you don't get to nib them at all. So it's either... But, I mean, against every other deck, like, they don't... There's very few decks that make negates before 5 now.
They just have to eat the nib and try to play through it.
In reality, I keep this card in against everything but Malice, just because every deck is playing, like...
Some way, a certain thing.
Either, like, a Fiendsmith engine and they're adding Tract or activating Tract or some weird... Some sort of searcher, because Tachyon, Small World.
I got drilled a couple times.
I just think it's bad against Malice. I think it's the only deck that doesn't do anything into.
It sucks. So
everything else kind of does stuff into. This card's absurd. Especially though the Bystials are not, well, at least in my list, the Bystials are less common. Now you just get to hold your Imperm for going second, unless you see nib, and then you pretty much open the FTK. But otherwise, it's just a great breaker in your deck without having to play breakers in your deck.
Yeah, and it's always a good 6 card. What's a quick combo on too that you have in mind with the for the Mathmech part?
Right now.
Essentially, I'm trying to remember, is it one card or
it is one card? Let's play upside down. You get normal ice, ice effect, X effect, add sword. Now you have follow up through nib. Link these 2 off. Do as broken card possible. Link her off. Everybody's seen this before. 2 black. Black dump engraver. Requiem, target your Lacrimon. I think everybody's seen this before. Engraver effect, put back. They have to nib you here, which is what I was talking about earlier. Make Caesar. So now you're nib proof. They would have drilled you on X. Special sword. Sword, add your other X, which is what I was saying. Please don't take this card to 1.
So true.
X in hand to dump everyone's favorite. The Twins of Doom. And this is my favorite part of this deck. Bouncing back and forth between archetypes. You're going to take your 2 Ryzeals, turn them into a Mathmech. Attach on summon. Add Circ. Circ effect. We're going to dump that Nabla. Tribute itself to summon the Nabla.
You're right.
Circ effect. Add your super fac. Effect, tribute itself. Summon your last Mathmech from deck. And you're gonna make these two back into a Ryzeal card because duo drop is just too forced for some reason.
Daddy.
Stop.
Effect.
Go sit down.
Attach.
Fuck that. Now. So I'm gonna be there. Go!
Do it.
Shit.
It's fine.
Effect. Attach your two Mathmechs.
Yeah, I also don't like to make sure that they do detach the two Mathmechs because you need them engraved for super fracky.
And your two extenders. These are the only cards you've added. Go ahead and slam your cross up here. Node. You have 4 blank cards in hand, or depending on how you hand trapped, or if you have to and you have no cards in hand, you can technically send the duo dredge for the combo. We'll just grab a card. Blank on prime node. Target. Summon Jack.
Actually, you know what? I think I can play this version.
These into detonator. Detonator. Target the twins.
I'm sorry, it doesn't target.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter.
But this off of 1 ice is
And super fact.
so you have
So then on your opponent's turn,
so many interruptions.
when they do anything, well, draw phase, you should start with Lacrima to dump trap. Actually, it kind of depends on the sequence. I shouldn't say draw phase, you should start, because you can start with this if they like play anything, because this has to summon 3 guys to zones. So you have to leave 3 zones open. And then you can Replation, depending on how many things they have on board or when you do it, if you draw phase it. You can detach 1, 2, 3, send a monster spell. You're always going to attach at least 1 to hand rip. If you're detaching 2, you just want to leave diameter on the Replation, because if you ever send the diameter to graveyard and they have called by, they can called by the negate. And then from here you can just dump, and you get trap engrave. And so then they got to play through 2 special summon negates, an Omni, 2/3 pops, but then you'll pop and then put back
For even more pops.
either him or the duo, depending on where the duo is.
And then
You have
also
a cross negate with the duo, 2 special summons, and then 3 to 4 cards in hand for follow-up, plus the top deck.
That shit's absolutely disturbing still. I think I realized I can actually play this deck without without track, because I can just play the other spell.
Yeah, Sanct is good.
So, I mean, going first, going second, probably not so much, because you can't attack, except for just fiends, but
But going
good
second,
alternative.
you're circing in. Oh yeah, that's another crazy thing about this deck. Going second, you don't try to kill people. The only line you ever try to kill people with is if you're making Desiree. Otherwise, you activate Circular in this deck, you don't try to kill people. If you know that, like, you could go wide and make Circ and do all this stuff, but you're not going to be able to kill them, or you'll get them really low, but you won't kill them, and you make like a Desiree to do it, it's not worth it. Just play through the board and then just play. The amount of games that I won yesterday, because of the fact that I went to turn 3 and played, I would just like either break their board or maybe attack a guy with Detonator, obviously, because you can punch once with Circular. But otherwise, I would just make my board. And half the time, if you don't get the Fiendsmith stuff out there, any of the Ryzeal guys, like this guy, Sword, any of them, as long as you can make 2 rank 4s or 2 level 4s to make a rank 4, gets you to Alimbertion, which gets you to Circular, which gets you to your Ryzeal combo. So, like the amount of times I've Lacrima, summon a Mulch Army, make Alimbertion, do the whole combo. It's like 3, not a ton, but the fact that you can do it is
it's an
enough.
option to be able to do so. I guess I'll build this version too, because I'm just gonna play Saint instead of track because I don't own it currently, so that might be the thing.
He does own it. It's just in my deck.
Man, shut your ass up, bro. So anyway, we got the Mankind here. We did good. We fought our way tooth and nail to get where we was at, and it's his fault though.
I won't take him out 7th place.
Yeah, because this man's been cursed every locals, like getting like a 7th slot or like 2nd or something like that, and then we finally got 7th again. knocking the door. And we played some murderers, which those videos will be coming out too. So don't even think about it. We're working on those.
We got Caesar.
Yeah,
And
and
there's the best cards right there.
yeah, he's.
That's all you need.
I'm drolling him, but you know he got crossed out. But
Like a
anyway,
spider